and welcome to another video from Colour with Claire. Today I'm going to be introducing you to a brand new and absolutely incredible resource for the colouring community. This is the Colour Catalogue by Australian author and illustrator Sarah Renee Clark. The Colour Catalogue is an interactive PDF full of colour palettes for you to choose from when you're using them in your colouring projects. So how does an interactive PDF work? Well, let me show you. We'll go across here to the first page and we're given 3 categories to choose from. You can browse by colours, keywords or collections. So let's see what happens when we click Browse by Colours. So it brings up all of these different colours for you to choose from. So for example, if you've got a colouring page and you know that you want a kind of dark pink raspberry colour on that page, but you don't know what really goes with it, you can click raspberry and it will bring up a plethora of colour palettes that raspberry is incorporated in. So let's click on this one just for example, and that brings up a full page of the colour palette information. So this is colour palette number 34. The keywords for the photograph that the palette comes from is urban, bright and romantic. The colours used in the palette are crimson, orange, mimosa, raspberry and royal blue. Now underneath here we have all of the detailed information for people like web designers, fashion designers, interior designers that they could use in their projects. So we have the hex numbers of all the colours, and the hex numbers correspond to web designing and HTML. We then have the RGB numbers, which is how the colours look on screens like monitors or televisions. We then have the CMYK codes, which correspond to how colours look when they're printed. So all of that is really useful for all of those kind of industries. But for the average colourist, it's this bit down here that's going to really interest you. So we've got all of the colours here swatched out and given room underneath for you to write the comparative or alternative colours in whatever brand of pencils or pens you're using. So for example, this crimson colour here could equate to permanent red in the Prismacolor set. So you can write those under here, and you can either do that in one of 2 ways. Firstly, you can download an app called GoodNotes. It is a paid for app, but it's completely optional. It just depends on how you want to do this. And GoodNotes is on the App Store, and what that allows you to do is retain all of the interactive content on this PDF whilst being able to use an Apple Pencil or a stylus to physically write in the colours on this digital PDF so that you can use it anywhere you go on your iPad and you don't have to print them all off and everything. Or you can download the printable version of the colour catalogue, print all of these palettes out, or whichever ones you like, and physically write in with a pencil or pen all of those alternative colours. Now let's go back to those other categories that we were looking at earlier. Now you can see here we've got some keywords, so let's go for romantic. So if we click up here on the little magnifying glass in the corner, that takes us to the Browse by Keywords page. So let's see, where's romantic? Here we are. So we'll click romantic, and that brings up all of the colour palettes that are classed underneath that keyword. So for example, this one here is a bunch of roses, and we have the keywords for that, we have the colours that are in that palette, and you can just browse it by whatever is best for you. So if you're a visual person, you might want to browse by colour. If you have a certain themed page, for example, your colouring page features a lovely sky area that you want to do a sunset on, you would find the sunset keyword and then look at all these different palettes. Here we go, all these different palettes that incorporate sunset colours. So we have this one here, absolutely beautiful. Or again, we can go back, click sunset and choose a completely different kind of sunset, like this lovely lilac and lavender palette. If we click on this corner icon at the top here, this is the Browse by Collections page. So these are themed collections that Sarah has put together for you. So for example, if you're colouring in a Christmas colouring book, you might want to click the Christmas colour palettes, and that brings up all of those different colours, different themes for Christmas. So for example, if you're colouring some beautiful Christmas decorations, you might want to click on this one here. This is colour palette 184, and it gives you some beautiful purples and pinks for baubles on your tree. We go back to the Christmas, and you might want to get a colour palette for colouring some Christmas cookies. So up here you can see we've got lots of little cinnamon, we've got cookies, we've got some nuts, and this is a really nice earthy palette with a pop of pink in there. So using these three icons at the top, you go through your different categories. So you can browse by colours, you can browse by keywords, you can browse by collections, and then of course you can click the home icon to go back to the very first page. Now if you go and click these buttons down here, you've got an introduction from Sarah, so that's telling you all about how this works. You've then got the instructions here of how to use all the different elements that I've explained, and then you've got a little bit about Sarah herself. So I did mention that there was a printable version of this, and you actually get both of the versions, the PDF itself, the full PDF, and also the printable one as well, when you purchase the colour catalogue. Now the colour catalogue is priced very, very reasonably, I feel, at 29 American dollars. That equates to around about £21 British pounds. But at the moment, for 3 days only, there is a 25% discount on this. So this is a limited time discount where you can get 25% off, and that equates to $21.75 or £15.97. So click the link in the description and that will take you to the page where you can purchase the colour catalogue for yourself. Now 3 days is all you've got for that 25% discount, so I really encourage you to take up that offer and get yourself this incredible resource. It's just going to be so useful when you're picking your colour palettes, and so much thought has gone into it, a lot of work, a lot of thought, and it's absolutely amazing. It's something I'm definitely going to be using very, very often. So I hope you've loved this video, you've loved finding out all about the colour catalogue. If there's anything you'd like to ask, just leave it in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Do click the thumbs up if you like this video, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.